From our Water Watchers file tonight, we're all accustomed to the sight now, dirt, weeds, and tire tracks where water should be flowing through the barren channel of the Kern River. What would you say, though, if you knew your tax dollars had paid to put water in that empty riverbed, but instead that water was sold for profit? Sadly, that appears to be the case. 17's Robert Price with the story.
In 2000, California voters approved a $2 billion ballot initiative to fund an array of purposes involving water, from safe, clean drinking water to more reliable farm irrigation to the preservation of river habitat and so-called viewshed, natural beauty for all of us to look at. The Kern County Water Agency got $23 million of that Proposition 13 bond money and spent a portion of it, about $3 million, to build 6 wells along the north side of the Kern River. Kern River restoration wells, they called them at the time. The idea, according to the Water Agency's own documents, was that it would pump water into the Kern River channel to maintain a minimum flow throughout most of the year. In good years, it would provide recreation opportunities and the aforementioned visual beauty. 22 years later, this is what we've got. What happened? Well, drought happened. Yet, somehow, there was enough excess water last year for the Water Agency to sell off some of it for a neat little profit of $10 million, up to 10 times the going rate. Lois Henry of sjvwater.org, a nonprofit news organization specializing in the often confusing world of water rights, uncovered this turn of events. She says those Parkway wells, as they're now known, pumped more than 24,000 acre-feet of water last year, most of it to supply Oildale and East Bakersfield homes and businesses, through the agency's drinking water division called Improvement District 4. But there was a lot left over, a lot, which you might think, based on the terms of that year 2000 water bond, would have gone back into the river for all of us to look at. Nope.
If you so desperately need to use these wells for drinking water, why are you then selling excess water at exorbitant rates? I think it's important for people to understand where their water is going, and not only that, but how their public money is being used.
Kelly Damian is with Bring Back the Kern. She says she's glad to have this evidence that the Parkway wells are producing so effectively, but she's alarmed that taxpayer-funded water wells that are supposed to be enhancing the flow of the Kern River whenever it's feasible are instead cash cows for a government agency. She likened it to the city fencing off the park at Riverwalk and charging admission to people who already paid for access with their tax dollars.
That would be an outrage. People would be up in arms. It is much the same thing that's happening right now.
What can we do about it now? Not much, Henry says.
This is public funding, again, that was used to do all of these wells, and yet the public is not seeing really the benefit. If you have excess water to sell, you know, what's the priority there? How is that being worked out? And there's no inclusion of the public in these decisions.
The next time you look at the barren Kern River riverbed and ask yourself why Bakersfield can't have water in its river, consider this. Maybe we're just not paying enough attention to how our tax dollars are being spent. In Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.
This afternoon, the Kern County Water Agency confirmed for 17 News that they do, in fact, closely monitor groundwater recharge, recovery, and distribution totals.